Your center, number 15, Adam Roy. And number 29, goalie, Carter. And now, starting line for Trinity team. At defense, number 12, Ellen. At defense, number 14, Colton. At left wing, number 16, Tristan Lucia. At right wing, number 18, Ben Cincinnati. At center, number 7, Clayton Lucia. And your goalie, number 3, Joe Carl. Everybody please stand up and take your hats off. Ashley.
And greetings, everybody. Welcome to New Hampshire, cold New Hampshire. We are in Manchester, where we are pleased with Manchester Public Television to present NHIAA D1 boys hockey this afternoon. It's an early game, 4 p.m., typically 5:30s and 7 o'clock starts. Not today. The Crimson Tide come to town, defending champs 11-0, and they're joining Trinity, the Trinity Pioneers, who've had an exceptional start this year, 7-2, and this is a good battle on tap. My name's Rich McDonough, everybody. Happy to be joined up here with my main man, Kyle Heavey, spinning the dials, filming, and then a fellow goalie, a Trinity Pioneers alum, and we're joined by Braden Lebelsic, everybody. Braden, good to have you back. We had a couple good games last year, and Kyle Heavey is in trouble with two goalies in the booth today.
Certainly is, and this is a rematch from the Brian C. Stone Memorial Christmas Hockey Tournament Championship game, where Concord was able to defeat the Pioneers by a score of 6-3. So a little redemption on the hands for the Pioneers here.
Could be, and so the teams know each other. The Crimson Tide, Braden, have probably the best top line in the state with LaRiviere, Morin, and Walsh. I mean, they're a dynamic front, huh?
Yeah, Rich. I think that we were talking about this earlier on before the broadcast, but we were talking about the Christmas Tournament Championship and how LaRiviere had 4 goals. That's amazing.
It's amazing.
4 goals in one game is crazy.
And hey, it's never the goalie's fault. Anyway, but Trinity are 7-2, 5-1 in NHIAA play. Third in the standings, and the Hockey Night in Boston poll. They lost their first New Hampshire game to Exeter last week, 3-2 in OT. We'll talk more about that. But we got a fresh 15 minutes on the ice here at JFK. Should be a good game. We got a great crew up here. All right, that's a pretty good stick lift right there by Santorino. Good skater Santorino is, isn't he, Braden?
Yeah, Santorino's awesome. I'm honestly surprised that this line wasn't out here today first. This is the line they usually go with, the Bolio, Hurley, and Santorino line. They've really put up some points this year.
When you got that great line, Lucier, Therian, Lucier, and then mixing it up a bit, what do you think Coach Connell's trying to get done right there? Oh, my goodness. How about that? What a feed. Centering to the bottom of the slot, and Griffin Lane strikes pay dirt early on. That was a really beautiful feed, Braden.
Yeah, I wasn't even really paying attention there, Rich. It kind of looks like he beat Ronzalo low there.
Yeah. And,
just a minute 33 into this game, and already Concord, just like they did in the tournament, are able to go up quickly in this contest. Exactly what the Pioneers were not looking forward to being is coming back from behind again.
Well, Kyle Heavey, man in that camera. Everybody can fire that one back up, replay it, hit your 10-second buttons, and you can see that beautiful feed from underneath. And, Ronzo was moving pipe to pipe there, and that's where it opened up that gap, Braden.
Nice block right there.
Absolutely. 13:09 on the clock, and we're in our first of 3, at least allegedly. And Concord, 11-0, looking to go 12-0 on the season. Strikes first.
I did see Concord on Saturday. I went and kind of checked them out up at the Everett Arena, and a lot of history up there. I didn't realize that Douglas Everett was a 1932 silver medalist at the Olympics, and that's where the name came from. And also up there was a banner for Reese Mounsey's aunt, Tara Mounsey, who won gold in the 1998 Nagano Olympics. So it was a great game between the Crimson Tide and the Bishop Girton Cardinals, a rematch of the championship game from last year, and Concord was able to get another victory. So they're trying to keep things going here, and already with a big lead, and Ronzello with a nice glove save there.
And our colleague here, Braden Lebelzik, informed me earlier that Mrs. Mounsey was inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
in
College Hockey Hall.
2019. That's fantastic.
Well, no, this is actually last month. She was actually inducted in St. Paul, Minnesota, into the College Hockey Hall of Fame.
Oh, my bad, Rich. My bad.
Okay. Anyway, Kyle ready as he always is, and he'll tell you what day is National Scotch Tape Day.
Well,
All
it's
right.
National Hugging Day today, so we'll see if these two teams hug it out after this game.
I'm not up for a hug today. Oh, that's chopped down from behind. Fine, treating Mason Wajiko rudely there at the 12-12 mark, getting it in deep. Are the Crimson Tide yet again? They are a fast skating team, in particular Nolan Walsh wearing number 9 out there. I've seen him play 3 times this season. He can go. They've got it, good control right now in the checking zone, and they're looking to exit. They get north side, they keep it in, and they're looking to set up shop, a little bit of motion on the backside.
And it's plays like that that really make them special, is that he was bodied up and he was still able to muscle it to an open teammate.
Top of the slot, a little bit of trouble right there as that biscuit's bouncing away. And this time it gets out of the zone between the Blues, and shuttling in deep are the Pios, and able to glove that one away, stick it away is Carter Heise. Carter Heise is just a sophomore, Braden, but heck of a goaltender himself.
Yeah, Rich, from what it looks like on their roster is that he's got a 1.14 goals against and a .94 save percentage, which is ridiculous for a sophomore.
Doesn't hurt to have a juggernaut of a team around you, of course. All right, trying to get it out, get it free. The Tide unable to do so. Finally do crack the code, and back in she goes. Even though we had that quick goal, they look like they're feeling each other out right now.
Able to beat out the icing call. Great job by Concord.
Great, the fast skating team. It happens all the time. Nice cross ice pass right there to set that up. Oh, it finds the pads of Ronzello. Even though you get beat early, Braden, same thing goes for lacrosse goalies. It happens. But then you get a couple of good saves and you feel right back in rhythm, right?
Yeah, obviously a 1-goal lead is nothing crazy. Then
Right.
you get up to 2, which isn't even that bad either.
All right, here comes Lucier, the talented player. He's committed to Boston College baseball, of all things, but the Lucier brothers are a heck of a dynamic duo as well. Nice keep in inside at the top. Backhand looking at Lucier's, looking to create, can't do it for the moment. Oh, and he got free there, and he zinged one in, little lift right there. That was a surprising shot. Just shows you, not only can get it done on the diamond, but he's got great skates. All right, good look right here. Goes all the way down to the bottom of the slot. Finds Carter Heis's leather right there, and he's able to get the squeeze and the freeze at the 950, and he's going to see his first drop, and it'll come to his left. Pretty frenetic start, Braden, eh?
Yeah, not too bad of a start here for the Pioneers. It seems like they've been in Concord's zone more than Concord has been in their zone.
Right.
Which is always a good thing that you have going for you at the start of a
Hey,
game.
time of possession. Can't do anything without the rock. Kyle Heavey, you've seen this team play a few times this year. What do you like so far?
For the Pioneers, they can get things started and score a lot of goals. Braden, we were over at Bedford when they put up a lot of goals in that game and have been very talented. But again, this is where you got to show your true colors here versus a team that you will most likely have to face in the playoffs with the way things are going.
Right.
Yeah, I think that Trinity obviously circled this one on their schedule for sure.
Oh, yeah.
I know that a number of the players as well were up there scouting the Crimson Tide and also Bishop Girton, because Lord knows they're going to be facing each other down the line as well.
Well, they're doing great things. They did not qualify for that 10-team tourney last year. Oh, boy, I tell you, Ronzello just got a little piece of that one to steer it wide as we drift below the 9-minute mark here in our first frame. But their motors are firing this season after probably being pretty upset with. They just missed the playoffs last year, but they look like they got things going in the right direction as we have another icing, and we'll trade ends. 8:43 on the clock, 1 zip on the scoreboard in favor of the Crimson Tide. Not only am I joined in the booth with some great guys, we got a legend in the adjacent booth, Ken Kale, he of the Golden Voice, covering for Concord. I sub in for Ken Kale here and there, and I get the Mountain Kings this weekend for him. But great guy, hooks everybody up, good man. Oh, wow, what a turn in traffic by Buckley. Almost able to steer that one in. It goes wide, stays in the zone for the Pios, and they're trying to chip that one out. And it exits the zone. Everybody's got to tag up and get back. Nice angular pass, finding the stick of the very fleet-foot Rossetti. He doesn't get a whole lot of playing time on the 3 games that I've covered, but he's got wheels of his own. Trinity able to dislodge it and get it out of the zone for the moment, forces the Tide to retreat at the 8-minute mark. Pios down 1, looking to generate some momentum here at JFK. That one was a slow roller, and back down the ice we go.
And for Concord, you see him on the screen right there, the 6'7", 185-pound Michael Berry, who has been quite good as a defenseman this season. Saw him a lot in the tournament here, and overall to have 4 assists on the year is not bad for your 6'7" defenseman, whose job is to really kind of keep the puck in the zone.
And then when he gets free, I've seen him play a few times, you can't outreach him. No way. Oh, that's a great turn. Really good stroke right there by Lucier. Boy, he is fast on those skates. Here comes another chop at it, going down the slot. Blocked by Concord, and off they go. They got 3-on-2 for the moment. And good tangle up right there by Colton LaRoe, able to lift that stick so it goes corner. The puck's way in deep, but coming up with it right there is Benkin. Excellent defender.
Even got the start tonight, too.
They got the start. Coach Connell just trying to shake things up a little bit and create a little bit of depth against this magnificent first line. They also have a heck of a second line due to the Tide. Good foot, escapes, goes right to LaRiviere. He is a scoring machine. He wears number 23.
Boy, nearly hit a number of fans before finally hitting the foot of this gentleman on screen, and it was nice enough. We'll see if he keeps it as a souvenir or throws it back on the ice. It looks like he is going to keep it for the time being.
Hey, it's a groovy Suvi.
Can't go wrong with giving it to your lovely significant other.
There we go.
We'll see what happens there, but the puck now comes down to the other end of the ice.
All right, Griffin Blaine lining it up against Hurley at the dot. Trinity are able to control. That one hits a pipe, and not the kind on the ice. That was up in the rafters. No call.
I lost that for a second for sure. I did not expect that.
My LASIK surgery is holding pretty well 18 years later. All right, unable to get it out are the Pios. It stays in the zone for the Tide. They go cross ice, top side, 6:34 on the clock. With a 1-zip lead, it's bouncing biscuits in front of the goal mouth, and that is trouble. The man to my left, Braden Lebelsic, can fully attest to that. You just freak out a little when you can't locate that for that moment, right?
Yeah, especially because you got to get it out of the crease, to be honest, or you just got to cover it, and obviously you can't find it. So those ones always suck.
I just, lacrosse goalie in college, I used to just sit on it. If I had, hey, whatever.
That's not a bad
will blow
idea.
the whistle, just sit on it, and, he who fight and run away live to fight another day, as Bob Marley said. All right, 6:20 on the clock. 1-zip on the scoreboard here at JFK. The visiting Tide, 11-0, were up early, only a minute 33 into the game, and they got their first goal, courtesy of the man on the defense right now, and that's Griffin Blaine. Barry goes into the corner, sees that reach. He gets there first just because he is 6'7". All right, goes through both blue lines, back into the neutral zone right there. And it's anything but neutral as the guys are battling for it hard. Able to chip that one out. That stick is Grafera. There are a couple of Grafera brothers on the team here for Concord. Lots of DNA wearing crimson. How dare I call burgundy. Oh, boy, that one hit the side of the pipe right there. Unable to locate it immediately was Carter Heisen. He was able to squeeze it and freeze it. 5:32. Another one of those things, Braden, goalie to goalie here, where it just messes with you. You don't expect it to knuckle like that.
Yeah,
it kind of.
Yeah, Rich. It kind of looked like that Carter Heiss expected an icing there, and he kind of came out, I think, to come out and pass it to the ref, because he thought the play was dead. But it wasn't. It almost ends up being a goal for Trinity.
Now getting kicked out of the circle there is a Tide player and Tyler Mayo have to take the circle.
All right, they're able to get around the goal mouth and out into the neutral zone and through, carrying it away with some great speed as Jack Raffair dishes it up topside. That's a good job. Beauregard is very tough at that fence line. Nice job by Trinity to rotate back. And that one will become an icing at 5:09. I tell you, Trinity, one of the reasons we're seeing some success, yet a little frustrating last year, they only lost one player to graduation. That translates to experience. And what do? You take that experience, you have better practices, you have better off seasons, and I think you reset your expectations. And we're seeing the results here, guys.
And obviously the Lucier brothers are doing a number to help this squad as well.
Great addition. All right, 5 minutes even, 1-0 on the scoreboard in favor of the Tide. As we discussed, they got on the board earlier. This thing caroms around with a lot of speed, and it becomes an icing at 4:52, and back to the drop we will go.
Yeah, 3 icings in a matter of 40 seconds, and the Pioneers are just trying whatever they can to get it away from Ronzello and trying to get it on net as well to try to avoid. And they have a number of Pioneers on. They've got half the team on the ice right now.
Looks like warm-ups all over again. All right, well, Graffair is going to the dot for the Tide. Looks like Lucier, Cal Lucier, that is, at the dot. Yes, it is.
And that trickles out, so that's...
Oh, wow. Trying to get that clear out of there, and I tell you what, Carter Heiss is looking at the ceiling going, he almost messed that one up. It happens, doesn't it, Braden?
Yeah, dangerous play there by the goalie Heiss. Really dangerous.
And then you had Trinity flying down into the zone. They've got it back now, courtesy of Lucier. He's able to dish it off, goes down to the corner where they're trying to give chase. Good keeping right there at the top side by Benkin. Boy, and they're really turning up the heat right now, are the Pios. Looking good. And finally able to chip it out of the zone, and through was Tyler Mayo at the 4:09 mark.
Finally, the Pioneers able to make something happen here, and now Concord's going to have to ice the puck. So a lot of icings here in the last minute and 23 seconds, but now the Pioneers at least get a face-off in the Concord zone.
Well, it was 4 degrees this morning at the McDonough farm, so appropriately we got lots of icing going on here.
As it will hit 40 degrees tomorrow.
Boy, that one, everybody trying to get a glove on it, unable to do it, and, well, it's been a broken record almost. 4 minutes even on the clock, and we're going to go back to the dot. What's the mindset, Braden, when it keeps coming back and you have face-off, face-off, face-off to your left or right over and over again? What goes through your head?
Honestly, just make the save, and then just keep making the next save.
And you know your line's, in front of you is tired there. This one, seeing eye puck almost, finds its way to the bottom of the slot. Good job keeping it in by the Pios out top. Nice lift and up and out of the zone. There's LaRiviere, number 23. He is a scoring machine.
Offsides, but a great lift right there by Nolan Walsh. Very impressed to just flick that out and actually had something going, but just had a teammate go offside. So another face-off here. Boy, what a wild minute and 50 seconds here. I think we're on our 6th face-off.
Well, this first line of LaRiviere, Morin, and Walsh are dynamic. 35 points, 27 points, and 32 points respectively. That's getting her done. Oh, a little backhand look right there from Tyler Morin. And back down we go, and back to the dot we go. Well, I tell you, Coach Walsh, Dunk Walsh, is in his 36th season. Storybook coach. He got a 600th win earlier in this season. That's almost impossible in any sport, Amazing career this guy's had.
Yeah, obviously, Rich, I don't know how many championships he has, but I know he definitely has a few. Obviously, coaching the Concord Crimson Tide.
I want to say it's in the teens.
It must be. It has to be.
We can ask Ken Kale in a bit. All right, 3:22 on the clock. It remains 1-0. It has been that way, stuck at 1-0. That one falls all the way into Ronzello. He steers that one to the side, and everybody's got to get out and get back in. Oh, good job keeping that one away by LaRoe and allowing his teammates to cycle over and get in front of the play. 3 minutes even, 1-0 on the scoreboard. Tide scored only a minute and 33 in, and it's been that way ever since. Back and forth action, except when it's not back and forth because we have probably about 9 or 10 icings already. And this one finds its way all the way around behind Heiss. He's standing straight up right now. Just he's looking at the guys going, just get it out. Nice using the half wall right there to get that puck down into the corner and deep. Well, after getting blitzed early, Braden, Trinity really found some rhythm and stabilized itself, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, honestly, Rich, it kind of has the feel of a 0-0 game.
I agree with that. That's nice. That's a good-looking pass. Finds the stick of Hurley, trying to get loose. He turns and wheels, puts it across ice. Nobody home for the Pios, and back we go as we hit the 2-minute mark, folks, here at JFK Arena. Entertaining first half. And I do like what Braden LaBelzic just said. It feels like a 0-0 game. Not a fluke goal, but sometimes they're just a weird, quick goal. And you just hit the go switch and get back in rhythm. Kids are chopping at it and chipping away at it. Nothing doing. 1:35 on the clock. Oh, wide open in front of the net was the streaking Grafera right there. Couldn't connect. Couldn't get that on his tape. And back to the Pios it goes. And they come up the ice with some speed. They've got 3 guys flying. That's a good stick in traffic right there. Courtesy of Mayo to disrupt that play. It looked like it had some little mojo right there. And Mayo got that. He got a little twig on that one. All right, Concord just gets it in deep. And ooh, wow. Grafera showing his speed.
Yeah, that was a much-needed cover-up right there with a fresh legs on the ice for both teams here. But Concord really knows this rink. This is their 5th time playing here this season as well after winning the Brian C. Stone tournament. So they know what the ricochets are at the J.
Did I see? I just saw one still frame. Did Trinity have Santa Claus sweaters?
They absolutely did. It was incredible to see what they had for jerseys this year, and I give them props. Braden, I know you have a number of jerseys for your time here, as they are, designed so well year after year.
Yeah, obviously it's so much fun. I feel like that we're the only team in Division I that actually does it.
That's
So
fun.
I think it's kind of fun.
A couple years in a row. My first one that I covered was 2 years ago, or 3 maybe. You had snowflakes all over the. Yeah, I loved it. Loved it.
That's right. That was my senior year.
Looked fantastic. All right, we're under 30 seconds here, folks. Kids battling out in the corner. Tries to get north of the zone, and it does now. Coming away with some speed is Lucier, the speedy Boston College commit, looking to create. And a pretty good stick right there by Beauregard. Ooh. That one finds its way bouncing all the way down to the bottom of the slot, misses everybody. Unable to keep it in right there is the leaning Soroy. And that'll wind us out, folks. Busy back and forth, lots of icing, early goal. And Concord, the defending champs, 11-0, looking to hold serve, and they're up 1-0 on an early goal. And entertaining first quarter. What you've been there with Coach. What's he saying at the intermission?
I think just keep your foot on the gas. They obviously played up to their standards, I think. And honestly, I think it's still a 0-0 game in their heads right now. That's what it feels like.
Very good. Well, and that's a positive way to come out. It's like we're playing a juggernaut. We're right in this thing, fellas, and keep up the pressure. All right, Rich McDonough here from Manchester Public Television's presentation of boys Division I NHIAA hockey. It is 1-0 for the Tide. They're going to take 12. We're going to do the same, and we'll see you on the other side. And welcome back, everybody. We are at JFK Memorial Coliseum in Manchester, New Hampshire, on a dank and cold afternoon. It is 1-0. The visiting Crimson Tide, defending champs in NHIAA D1 hockey, are up 1-0 on the strength of an early goal, just $1.33 in, courtesy of number 11, Griffin Blaine. Bottom of the slot, shot had Ronzello moving back and forth. But after that, my colleagues, Kyle Heavey, my colleague Braden LaBelzic, and fellow goalie, stop, start, tons of icing. That was the broken record of the first frame. Don't you agree, Braden?
Yeah, you kind of took the words right out of my mouth there, Rich.
Oh, thank goodness. I'll give you credit for it anyway. But Braden Lebelzik made this great analysis. He's a Trinity alum, now a St. A's student, and excellent goalie in his own right. It really, in spite of that early goal, it felt like a 0-0 game, and you can take positivity out of that, right, Braden?
Yeah, obviously, I mean, you go into the game thinking it's 0-0, so it's anyone's game really at that point.
Agreed. And it doesn't take much to get one in. All right, we got a fresh sheet of ice, fresh 15 on the clock as we go to the second period here. Concord enters the zone quickly. Ooh, and a diving, sliding shot. Kind of fanned Morin, couldn't keep it on his tape, and it didn't have a whole lot of pace as it left. But Ronzi was able to make that save nonetheless. This one squirts through everybody, and it surprised the sprawling Carter Heiss, who I think crossed himself as he watched that thing fan wide. Good defensive battle up against the board. Lucier is able to give a lot of grief to Mounsey as he was trying to control that puck. Here we have one controlled. Holy cow. Finds its way in. Able to pick that one up as the other Lucier.
Yeah, Hunter Therian had a great chance right there, just was not able to capitalize.
Uh-oh. Here comes the speed merchant himself. This one gets all the way down below the line, hits the back wall. And here comes this talented first line for the Crimson Tide. Chad LaRiviere leading the state in scoring. Oh, and that one just knuckled over the waiting stick of Michael Barry. That's the time when being 6'7" doesn't pay.
Yeah, I'm curious if he has to have a special type of stick here. And that was a big collision and bringing icing with 13:34. Obviously, one goal in this game, and that was scored by Griffin Blaine with assists by Austin Proul and Braden Beauregard at the 13:27 mark of the opening period here. And we also did get the referees. We got Rich, you and I will see Mike Tooth a few times here, and we'll have Michael Gould out here as well for game number one. But Tooth will be out there for the Manchester versus Londonderry game that we'll be at later on.
Yeah, Kyle and I have created a doubleheader for ourselves. We're going to hoof it up to Hooksett and go cover that game here. All right, but here at this venue at JFK, that was a rip at the goal right there at the 13-15 mark. Went wide. It remains 1-0 in favor of the Tide. They get the puck back after it ricochets off the half wall and in. Finally able to corral it is Brady Soroy. And this one kind of hops its way into the far zone. Trinity can't get there. And at 12:49, they're forced to play D again. Concord, the last few times, Braden, they've really dumped it in deep quickly, but haven't had a whole lot of chase on. Maybe just content to just get a line change or something like that. Maybe experiment with line chemistry, as you were.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I haven't really noticed that yet, Rich, so thank you for pointing that out.
Well, I might be wrong. I am trying to get inside the mind of the great Dunk Walsh. And we did learn that he has 9/9.5 championships, the half one being the COVID year, where I believe it was a shared title. That one gets off of the glove and the pipe in the Concord goal. Carter Heiss having trouble locating the puck right now at times.
Well, it's that time of day, Bells, you can probably explain it more, where your vision with it outdoors across the way, it's sometimes a little difficult to react to the puck at twilight.
Yeah, it's definitely harder to see the puck right now, I would say, at the JFK. Maybe it's a little bit darker outside, a little darker inside the rink, so it's a lot easier to see it when it's a lot brighter outside.
All right, Trinity propels it back into the zone where they get some fresh legs, try to give some chase right there, but disrupting things in deep was Nolan Walsh, and he emerges with it, the speedy number 9. He gets around top side, bottom side, and he does a wrap and can't quite put it home. Could not get the full hook on that one. He's got the puck back right now. Heck of an effort. That one's blocked by his own man in traffic in Mamos. And you saw the speedy Walsh right there. Nightmare when the guy that fast comes at you, huh, Bells?
Yeah, Ronzolo didn't even get over the other pipe in time, and just Nolan Walsh unfortunately missed the net.
Yep. Well, the 3 games that I've done so far, I have expected him come flying down that right side. I see it over and over and over again. And I tell you, that line, they're great at making that last pass. All right, 10:45 to go. Dodging a bullet. There's that nice pass. Cross ice and bang, zoom, making Coach Mack look good in a hurry and able to connect with that one right there as Beauregard. Beautiful setup, huh?
Yeah, beautiful setup there from Nolan Walsh, like we were just talking about.
A 3-on-1 certainly did not help the Pioneers to play that defense to stop that. And now with 10:38 to go, a 2-0 lead here, and still plenty of time in this game. But obviously, kind of tough when you got an undefeated team already with a 2-goal lead on you.
Without a doubt. One thing that was, it's clear though, they saw that opportunity. They kept their spacing. That's good discipline, good IQ. Sometimes you want to get overeager and you lose your spacing, which means you allow the D to play against you right there. Great job, and that's Coach Walsh right there. Doesn't hurt that his kid was flying down on the ice. Whoa, that's a good kick save right there by Ronzi. He needed that one right there, Bells.
Grandson there, Rich.
Oh, did I say son?
You did.
Grandson. My bad.
Yeah, Rich, I don't know if you know this, but Nolan Walsh's father actually coaches the Bow Falcons. Tim Walsh is his father.
I did know that.
Those are going to be
both struggling a little this year. Okay, we got a brief 2-on-1. Let's see what they can do. That one hits the catching glove right there of Carter Heiss. Great effort in tight by Siskovic. I'll tell you, Siski looks disappointed in himself. He's just shaking his head like he thought he had that corner there. Here comes, oh, wow. Lucier couldn't put that one in, but nice job staying square by Carter Heiss in the cage right there. 9:20, and it's 2-zip Concord. Oh, that's good skating, good puck handling right there by Centerino. I have a feeling we'll see him do that move again. Ooh, tell you what, Carter Heiss leaping lizards right now. Couldn't get up to that one. That one's going all the way down the ice in a hurry, and it does become an icing. 8:58 on the clock. What you got for us, Kyle?
Carter Heiss, 5'11", 155 pounds. Certainly has a quite a wide range there of abilities to stop the puck, and getting lucky here with a couple big saves. And with 8:58 to go, we'll see if he can continue this with a face-off down in the defensive zone for the Crimson Tide.
All right, Bolio teeing it up, going up against the speedy Griffin Blaine. Good freshman. You like seeing freshman players get in with the upper class liners, right?
Yeah, I think it's always kind of cool to see the freshmen be on the second or the first line. Even the third line is awesome.
Sure. But it builds team chemistry over the long haul, I think. Obviously, you want depth going into tournament time.
Yeah, like you just said, Rich, it gives those guys experience.
Oh, that is good. That is a nice move right there. Almost connecting as Austin Prue right there. I'm used to seeing one of his family members, maybe his aunt, watching from Florida when I do the Concord games. Good tribe right there for the Crimson Tide. All right, this one stays in, goes off the half wall, ricochets out and through the zone, and back we go. All right, the Tide, here's their nice spacing again. Oh, I'm fanning on it briefly, but that finds its way into Ronzi. He steers it to the corner and safely out, but it evades the stick of Centerino for the moment. Finally able to chip that one out and into the neutral zone. Boy, here we go, Aaron Pelk. Big save right there. Oh, my goodness. Bellio has been forcing the play, chasing puck, and he got loose, and he just couldn't do that. Carter Heiss gets into that butterfly, made a nice save right there, Bells.
Yeah, kind of caught the Concord Tide sleeping there on defense and kind of got in on a breakaway all by himself, but then Carter Heiss just made a great save.
Yep. And I say this when I watch soccer goalies and lacrosse goalies, which was my position. Very nice, technically sound goaltending. Kept his hips square to the shot. Frosty up top, no emotions right there, and just stayed rock solid. And that's half the battle right there.
Yeah, he had perfect angles on that Bolio breakaway.
Yep. Also leaves himself in a perfect position to go pipe to pipe if need be. All right, 7:41. Whoa, here comes a long feed. Gets to the bottom of the slot. No hooking call. Down he goes.
There is a arm up in the air.
Arm is up.
And our first penalty of the game at the 7:33 mark of the second period. And we noticed that it was very quiet there from the two mics. And now we'll get our first power play. And Concord is absolutely masterful on the power play. But Soroy will save that goal there from happening. And we'll see if the rest of his team can kind of hold things together and try to avoid another power play goal for the Crimson Tide. Riviere will take the faceoff, and he will win it back to his defenseman.
All right.
Very patient here are the Tide. They know what they are capable of.
Their special teams are excellent. People go to opposite sides, and camped out in the office, as Ovechkin calls it, is Nolan Walsh right there, right in front of our camera. Good spacing, more discipline again from the Tide. Looking to set things up, try to break the shape of that PK. Nice way to slide over for Hurley, blocking that one, taking one for the team. Top of the slot, and still kept in yet again by Beauregard, who's talented up there at that line, keeping things going.
I got to give Trinity credit. A lot of block shots so far, but the puck has not left the zone yet.
And it feels like an eternity, doesn't it, Bells?
Oh, yeah, especially with this Concord power play.
Yep. But again, they're so smooth and their spacing is excellent. Trinity doing a nice job packing it in, staying in that shape, whether it's a diamond or box, rotating with the formation of the offense. And here's Walsh. He's taking a look, and there it is, a release. A little bit of a wrister right there. It stays low, and I see your excellent technical goaltending on one end. Ronzi just did the same thing here. Frosty and calm and cool.
Yeah, I also want to give the penalty killers out there for the Pioneers.
Yeah, I was going to say, you got
some credit there. That was an amazing penalty kill. Obviously, the penalty's not killed off yet, but that was great from that first PK unit.
Absolutely, $113 in, and they never broke shape. Their shape stayed, and they pivoted when they had to, talk to each other clearly, and the heads were on a swivel. Beautiful sequence. 35 left on the PK for Trinity. Concord's got it back in the zone. Setting up shot. Whoa, on a little lift by Morin. Goes wide. Now Walsh has it back. That ricocheted, I think, off the blocker and the pipe both. And that takes us down to 22 left in the PK for Trinity at the 5:55 mark and down to zip. Some fresh legs coming in for Coach Connell. And I'd say time of possession on this power play has been 90%. That's a long way to go if you're playing D like that.
Oh, good stick there.
That's a real good stick right there.
Now look at the
Lucier.
speed here going on.
And he's got fresh legs. Oh, and a lift. Wow, that wrister, that had some serious pace on it. And we're seeing some nice goaltending right now, Bells, aren't we?
Yeah, it looks like the puck actually got stuck in Heiss's pad there.
He's having to do a little yard sale himself to try to find this puck, and what a great job right there deflecting that puck. And his speed could really help the Pioneers if they can get something going. We got 20 minutes left in this game between the two periods, and all it takes is one goal and things could start developing here. And now we're back to a 5-on-5.
Yep, great PK right there, but looking to get wide open, couldn't do it. It was Griffin Blaine.
And
he was
offsides here for the Crimson Tide. So we'll see where the faceoff goes. As I saw the referee's arm up in the air as Mike Gould was like trying to get the Tide to realize. And now this is a big faceoff here with it going down the length of the ice, all because of a delayed offsides.
All right, Lucier goes to the dot for the Pios, tees it up at 5:23. This one squirts out, flirting with the line, and does trickle north of it. And pretty nice poke out in traffic right there by Prue. He gets to the bottom of the slot, can't create right there, and Pios just got to lift it and end that one. That was a 2-on-1 almost developed at the tail end of that.
Griffin Blaine was wanting that goal right there. It was a 2-on-0 and just lack of communication to hurt the Concord Crimson Tide right there. But the icing helps them out here with a faceoff down in the Trinity zone.
And Blaine was the guy who was begging for it at the blue line earlier when we had a Tide offside in the previous sequence. So he's looking to create. He's showing some speed of his own as we hit the 5:04. Nah, we're not going to get there. 5:03, and we're going to do it again. Bells, did you ever play forward or D? Or was it goalie all the way?
Growing up, I was mostly a goalie. I did play out a few times, but that was when I was really, really young, so nothing like too crazy.
Okay. But, I mean, there are times when you're at the blue, you're waiting for your teammates, and you're just going, you're chomping at the bit, right?
Yeah. You're
Come
like,
on,
give me the puck, give me the puck.
Let's get there. And then you end up offside.
Yep.
All right. Well, kept in right now for the Tide as we are finally under 5 minutes. Wow, bottom of the slot. Lifting it up was Blaine. He is trying to create, and it's a good save by Ronzi, and he does another one. Beautiful blocker save, steers that wide top of the slide. It exits the zone, and finally Barry has to get that long twig and then lift it up.
Goodness, the same fans as earlier are getting another souvenir. This is the crew to be around right now.
Yeah,
as
they can hold practice.
Well, 4:41 to go, and hopefully the trainer doesn't have to go over there to help them out.
I tell you, Barry and LaRoe just wiped into each other as they were trying to change and exchanged hellos briefly right there. You got to believe Barry's going to go to Chara's yard sale at some point and get some of those old sticks. Go with the height. All right, here we go. 4:32, stuck between the Blues for a moment. 2-0 here at Manchester and JFK Arena, Memorial Coliseum. And the home ice Pioneers find themselves down to the undefeated defending champs. Nice battle for it, going to corner right there. O'Connor finally gets it back. It evades his stick briefly, but coming away with his Therian.
He stepped on the puck there.
Yeah, he did.
High stick, though.
And it knuckles its way, finds its way into the zone. We got a high stick. Good eyes there by Kyle Heavey.
Yeah, I mean, you see it, you want to, I get it. You want to try to keep the puck in your zone, but unfortunately it goes as a kind of a face-off down deep in your zone by that deciding to do that. So.
Yep. All right, so 4 minutes even. That's the second time we've had even numbers on a stoppage for icing. Whoa, that's a quick lift. Beautiful set play out of that face-off. And they practice that over and again, don't they? Try to get that little back pass and then a quick lift.
Yeah, Lucier going to Lucier there, but then Kais was just there to make the save.
I think the fellas have done that in the backyard or on the pond together a few times in their lives.
For sure, Rich.
There we go. All right, this one finds its way down to the bottom of the slot. Lucier is able to control briefly. And back to the Tide off the dasher board right there and high off the glass. Here come the Pios yet again. Good trail defense right there by Morin, trying to back check a little bit. Top line in the state, top scorer in the state, breaking loose. Good job playing some serious D by LaRoe. Won't be in the scorebook, but that was an important sequence by LaRoe right there, Bells.
Yeah, great defense there by Colton LaRoe. Excellent play.
Unfazed by the leading scorer, just play D. He gets low, nasty. It's what you got to do sometimes. This one not able. When it does squirt loose, finally gets outside the zone. And then Lucier's got to go control it. We are at the 3-minute mark, folks. 2-0 in favor of the visitors from the north.
And now here comes the second line for the Tide with Bolio coming out there. And he's obviously got some height too, but unable to keep it in the zone, and now Concord will come the other way.
Yeah, he got his mitt on that, and it just must have had a little bit of grease. Maybe doing some buffalo wings between periods. Couldn't keep that mitt on there. But it stays inside for the zone. That one just flies by Ronzo, and I think he's crossing himself as that one went wide, and this one caroms all the way around the back and halfway up the half wall. 2:25 on the clock. Period in each goal for the Concord Crimson Tide, both early in each period as well, which is why we stand at 2-0. All right, LaRoe drifts all the way back to go get it. It's between the Blues right now. Nice little chip right there by Bolio to create something and get it in deep, but waiting in the wings right there was the Reese Craig. We were talking beforehand, the Craig family got some serious athletic DNA, and they just keep showing up in crimson uniforms, don't they?
Yeah, it seems like that there's always another Craig ready to come in.
Yeah, whether they're playing baseball, hockey, playing in college now, it's mired all on the back wall right there. $1:40 on the clock, 2-zip on the board. That one, seeing eye puck goes across the entire goal mouth and through. And for the moment, we had a 3-on-2. Feeds it in, gets it into the bottom of the slot, off the pads. 1:28 on the clock, 2-zip. Oh, find its way in. Blaine, you just feel like the dam's going to break for Blaine again at some point. He is always in the play, and he's in the play again. Good carry away right there by Hurley. Nobody home on that one. Get it in deep. Try to manufacture something as we come down to the last minute here in our second frame. And there's LaRiviere. Not only can he score, he can skate. Which is one reason he can score.
That certainly helps out.
All right, but the big man Barry fans on that one. You could feel it from here. 47 seconds on the clock. The pace has picked up noticeably in the last few minutes. And you can hear the Crimson Tide communicating. Nice little long pass, set it up off the wall, almost like a wall bump set, if you will. And Barry's got it right now. He flicks it in behind, and it goes and caroms around, heads for the dasher board and out. Little mini cycle on the far side right now.
It almost feels like a power play the way that they're just passing the puck around.
And the spacing is reminiscent as well. LaRiviere dishes it back to Walsh. They control, try to backhand it behind. Nothing doing. It goes around and up the half wall. Boy, that one was a good swat at it right there from deep. And Walsh was closing. 4.9 seconds. Back to the dot we go. Exciting sequence there, Bells.
Yeah, very exciting sequence. Obviously, the Pioneers keeping the puck out of the back of the net, which is always a good thing. But, yeah, it felt like that shift there felt like it was at least 2 minutes long.
Yeah, right. Back to our goalie, nightmares of an eternity. Just waiting for something to clear out. Oh, boy, that's a quick draw right there by Walsh. And he was thinking goal. And now we're thinking end of period, 2-zip. Early goal in this period, early goal in the first period for the Concord Crimson Tides brought us to 2-0 as we head for the third. We were just saying the sequence was great, but the last 10 minutes of that period, Bells, were really exciting, I thought.
Yeah, I think this is honestly one of the best games the Pioneers have played all year. It might not look like that on the scoreboard, but on the stat sheet, I think it'll definitely show that.
And, Coach, I coached for 30 years. Hey, worst lead in hockey is 2-zip or a 2-goal lead.
Yep.
So I think they're playing a good game. I think you stay positive and just stick with it. I think they've created some looks. There's been some really good goaltending, particularly in that period. And I feel positive going to the third period right now.
Yeah, I think the Pioneers should be positive going to that period. You're obviously holding the best team in the state to the most dangerous lead in hockey. So
there we go. Hey, for everybody in the booth, is Rich McDonough here for Manchester Public Television's ongoing presentation of NHIAA Sports D1 Boys Hockey today here in Manchester. We're going to take a few-minute break. Glad you're with us, everybody. We'll see you on the backside. And welcome back, everybody. We are here in Manchester, New Hampshire at the JFK Memorial Coliseum on a cold day, and we're witnessing a pretty darn good game between two top teams. The number 3 Trinity Pioneers, 7-2, are down 2-zip to the visiting Crimson Tide, defending champs, who are 11-0. Rich McDonough, along with Kyle Heavey and Braden Lebelzik, getting expert goaltending analysis and having a lot of fun here in this beautiful old barn. And that last 10 minutes, Bells, you and I were talking about it, heck of a pace to close that one out.
yeah, obviously this is the last period of the game because it is the third period. So this is where the Pioneers got to give it all they have. They just got to go.
Yeah, and as we said, 2-goal lead is what?
Most dangerous lead in hockey.
There we go. All right, nothing but sheet of ice here. Nice and smooth 15 minutes. Got to watch the Zamboni do its work. I've never ridden on a Zamboni. Have you?
I don't think I ever have, Rich. No, you honestly mentioned that.
Talk about bucket list, right? All right, things to do in 2026. All right, seeing a good aggressive effort out of the draw. Ooh, and a big fan right there. Lucier, had he snapped that one and gotten it on tape, I think we might have seen some twine moving in the back there. No dice, 30 seconds in, and it goes high and wide. All right, the Crimson Tide, they're a dynamic scoring team. They can score in bunches. Chad LaRiviere leading the team in scoring. It was formed by our friend Ken Kale that he is, oh boy, that was a close look for Tyler Morin, that first line. But LaRive right there, number 23, chasing the puck right now. He's 4 points away from 100 for his career. A pretty auspicious thing to have in your pocket, huh?
Yeah, that's a pretty good accomplishment.
Yeah, I would say so.
Well, so far in this contest, he has been held scoreless. No assists, no goals.
Errant pass, and that was funny. The big swat going down to the ice was Morin. Oh, that one gets off the stick of Luce here. For the moment, he goes to corner and controls it. Nice job at the bottom of the slot. Feeding, wow, almost had a backhander, was banking after the ricochet off of Bellios, and now they get it in. Wow, just keep trying, right, Bells?
Wow, that was an unbelievable save by Heist, and then the puck ends up behind the net. Bolio puts it away. 2-1 game.
Just keep trying to manufacture, right?
Yes, just get shots on goal.
Yep. Well, that was huge. We saw that energy coming out of the box to start this period, and you just felt like they were going to create something. Right, Kyle?
Yeah, this really was a special thing. We've had goals early in each of the 3 periods here. As this one comes at the minute 29 mark at the 13:31, and now this is going to be a very interesting rest of this third period.
Boy, they're taking advantage of this fresh surface right here. That puck is steaming down the ice no matter what, as we're going back to the old familiar face-off. We've seen a lot of those tonight, huh, Bells?
Oh, yeah. I think over or under probably 30. Actually, maybe even more, 40.
Do you think the DraftKings would actually take action on that sort of?
I have no idea.
Let's start it. This is a lousy way to make a buck, right? All right, make a buck by dropping a puck. 13:19 on the clock here in the third. That lead has been cut in half. Bells and I were just discussing with everybody here that a 2-goal lead of any kind is the toughest lead in hockey. And this one goes almost to the bottom of the slot right there. Couldn't close that one out. Was Reese Craig.
Who, guys, I want to let you know he is the last Craig in Concord for now.
They can't make any more. Not yet.
Ooh, big hit there.
Big monster hit. Holy cow. Centorino introducing himself. The arms go up. And boy, I tell you what, big Michael Barry was feeling 6'7", laid out on the ice, man. He's feeling every bit of it right now.
Unfortunately, that does come with a penalty for traveling. I believe that was the call.
Charging there, Kyle, not
charging.
traveling.
Well, it's the same thing.
We'll do basketball this weekend.
That sounds good to me. Whatever we can do to stay warm with how bad this weather is going to get. But that's a tough penalty right there. And now, after killing the first penalty kill, let's see if the Pioneers can do another one with Centorino sitting in the box.
Well, and Coach Connell said we got to stay out of the box because their power play is just too good. Here we go again. That is a beautiful cross-ice pass. Walsh unable to handle that one as we were only 12 seconds in.
And the net came off the mooring, so we will get a stoppage there with 12 seconds killed on the power play.
Bells, you ever give the moorings a hip check there just to take a rest?
I can't. I don't want to actually say that, to be honest with you, Rich.
We're not going to get you to fess. Okay. All right. Come on. You're a veteran broadcaster now. Forget you can admit these things.
All right. I'll say like maybe once or twice I was a bit tired and.
Whoa, boy, that one goes wide and behind the goal. Yawning goal mouth right there. They missed the whole thing. The Tide are looking pretty good right now. They got lots of space on that. Big windup right there by Barry. Excuse me, not Barry, Walsh. And Beauregard's got to chase it all the way down the ice and set up shop again.
That's
tough.
I
admitted I sat on lacrosse ball a few times just to freeze it, so why not, right?
That's true.
There we go. All right. 1 minute 10 left in the power play for the Tide and the PK for the Trinity Pioneers. Nice little swat at it. Kept it inside the zone. Do the Tide. Good job getting to the feet right there. But Colton LaRoe, he's been playing lights out on the first power play and this one again.
Yeah, someone that cherishes defense. I've loved what Colton has brought to this team this year. He has been consistent, and he really strives to really not allow goals to get past.
Well, he's ferocious is what he is. Always got to love guys like that no matter what sport. And he poked that one away when it looked like they might get into the slot area. Oh, a nice diagonal pass, centering, and then no! Sliding to the ice right there was Walsh. He thought he had one developing there, folks. And again, the Tide keeping it in. They are masterful at that, Bells.
Yeah, this power play is obviously deadly. They have 10 seconds left on it, though.
Big look at it right there. Nice kick to the corner by Ronzo. He had 19 saves so far on 21 shots. He's got a couple more already. Whoa, that one finds the lower part of the slot, and that was taken for the team right there by Benkin. Benkin and LaRoe kind of built the same scrappy, gritty attitude, Bells.
Yeah, obviously that was a great block there. That may have been a goal if that wasn't blocked there,
I
Rich.
agree with that. Yeah, he gave it up. Sometimes it's just what you got to do. All right, well, they kill off another one, and the vaunted Crimson Tide's power play is 0 for 2 in this game. There's still plenty of game to go, 10:41 on the clock, but a 2-1 lead where it was 2-zip to start this frame, and you're feeling good if you're the Pios. Survive and get in it. All right, ricochets off the half wall. Nice job by Benkin poking it free. Pretty good turn, goes in and out of the zone for the moment, and that draws a whistle at 10:22.
Again, Manchester Public Television with the 2025-26 hockey and basketball season, and it's been a pleasure to be through a lot of great games this year, and this one right here might be at the top, Bells, as we've done a lot of games, but we'll see what the outcome of this game will be. But, man, two of the better teams in Division I hockey battling for the second time.
Yeah, obviously, I said that earlier, Kyle, that I think this is going to be a great game. But, yeah, I think this is the best game the Pioneers have played all season.
Well, good time to play it. At 10 minutes even. You got 10 minutes remaining in the third. Got some work to do to take down this undefeated Crimson Tide team. Quickly
is frisbeeing it over, or wanting to anyway, and instead the referees weren't looking for. There we go. Well, great job is this dad with his son here. Son is a big fan of Zambonis. He's got a toy Zamboni from the Bruins, and also could not help but keep his eye on the Zamboni between the periods.
Hey, nothing wrong with that. They could have grabbed a puck from those fans who keep catching them over there.
For sure, but
all right, we're below 10 minutes here. It's 2-1. Visiting Concord Crimson Tide are up. And it remains deep and mired in the zone in the corner, and the Zebras blow the whistle.
I didn't really catch what happened there. It was
I'm
referees.
I'm thinking a hand pass there, Kyle. That's what I think, but I didn't see the signal for it.
Yeah, I didn't either. I was trying to look.
He was kind of giving digging a shovel gesture, which, again, I had trouble traveling, never mind charging.
It's the new shoveling penalty. Okay, 9:29 on the clock, and this one goes up and in. Finally somebody else gets a souvenir in the crowd instead of those guys over there.
Yeah, he doesn't even – he's going to go grab that and see if he throws it. Yep, there we go.
There we go. I feel like it's coming over the green monster right there.
It reminds me of throwing the fish on the ice at UNH.
Woof. On a scale of 1 to 10, that's horrible. All right, here we go. Bouncing biscuit goes through both slots, goes all the way to the half wall on the other side, chipped to the corner for the moment. And the Pios retrieve it. This one doesn't have enough pace to get out of the zone. Back to the corner we go.
Concord is just draining the energy out of this Pioneer squad, and now it's just got to be careful. Oh, it finally gets out of the zone.
Yep, unable to keep it in right there was Grafera. And back down we go. But at this point, if you're on this long shift, granted you got fresh legs now, but your thighs are burning, Bells, aren't they?
Yeah, definitely. The Pioneers definitely need a change here.
Yep. All right, this one finds its way into Ronzo and gets lifted up and in the net by the closeout LaRiviere. And there he is. He's 3 points away right now. And we were just talking. Their legs are burning. Yeah, they got the fresh legs up top, but that doesn't help our back line, does it?
Yeah, it definitely doesn't there. That's definitely a killer there for the Pioneers. Now it's a 2-goal game again.
Yep.
You just pass that, try to go through the middle of the zone. Concord was able to block that. And what else can you do but just put your head down, try to get back to it with now a 3-1 game for the next 8:42 remaining.
Well, worst lead in hockey. We're back at it. Pio's just got to trust in what they put together. Their game plan has been righteous. Stick with it. Try to create a few things. There we go. 8:30 on the clock. 3-1 on the scoreboard now here in Manchester. Heiss was able to golf that one out into the zone and through. Pretty good lift right there, courtesy of Hurley to disrupt the rhythm on that one. And back to the goal scoring Riviere one more time. Bottom of the slot, connects with Walsh. Can't get that one. It goes up and over the iron. And now Ronzo is really, he feels like, it looks like he's in a pinball machine. Walsh has it back on his tape and he lifts it up.
Oh my gosh.
Wow. He rattles iron and these guys just got after. I think they just said, no, it's our time, right? I mean, you can almost see the attitude.
Oh my goodness. We'll see that one on SportsCenter Top 10 tomorrow morning. Holy
that was
moly.
Crazy.
What a move there by the sophomore sensation Nolan Walsh to make it a 4-1 game now.
Yeah, that was just absolute laser past Ronzello. Not much you can do is now with, in a matter of 43 seconds there, putting up another goal as the scoreboard operator has not put that up on the board. It is now 4-1.
Well, Riv was 4 points away from 100. It took them all of about 40 seconds to shave that one in half with the courtesy of a goal and an assist to bring us to 4-1 with 7:45. Boy, I think if Ronzo had had a water bottle on top of that net, it'd been in the cheap seats. What do you think, Bill? That thing was a lift and a half.
Again, I'm still trying to process that goal. That was a beautiful move and a beautiful shot by Nolan Walsh.
We were looking at it, and it was still fast. So, yeah, I agree with you. Process it is all you can do. This one is a spinning, almost like a coin spinning, goes all the way down the ice, now back in, gloving it down to the ice right there was DeFreitas.
Oh, big collision right there.
Yeah, that's been the corner. There's the coffin corner right there today. And it's right underneath the action here, man, by Kyle Heavey on camera, bringing us all the sights and sounds. Oh, there we go. Big hammer hit and going down to the ice hard was O'Connor. And the black and whites were about 3 feet away from that. Probably no way to wiggle out of that one, right, Bells?
Yeah, I don't know what the call is going to be. We'll get it looks like it's going to be cross-check. Good job, Rich.
Thank you. Same call in lacrosse, buddy.
There you go. That's true, yeah.
Yeah. That one I can't miss.
Alrighty, but here's a big chance here for the Pioneers.
Huge.
You really need to score in this power play to get back in this game.
6:44 remaining, and Brody Rossetti will have a time by himself.
Yeah, Rossetti, the junior, plays well. I've seen him in a couple of games, but he just couldn't resist that one. Ooh, big lift. Goes all the way down to the slot and below the goal line. Nice job tying things up for the moment right there by Mounsey. His mom, the gold medalist. Wow, that one goes up and into the threads.
Aunt.
Did I say that?
His aunt.
His aunt, excuse me. My apologies to the Mounsey family.
I don't know if you know this either, Rich, but I cannot remember Reese's dad's name, but he played for the UNH Wildcats.
Mick Mounsey.
Mick Mounsey, that's what it is.
We'll see him at the Black Ice Pond Hockey Tournament up in Concord this weekend, as he is at a team for the 15th year that the tournament has gone on.
All right. And we'll make sure we give you plenty of ice cream since you have to stand out on the ice all day.
I'm certainly looking forward to it being a whole 7 degrees on Saturday.
We'll helicopter in a bucket of coffee for you, buddy.
I appreciate that.
There we go.
We'll take whatever we can get trying to stay warm.
All right, $1:30 left on the penalty right now. This puck goes up about chin level here in the booth. And Trinity's not getting a whole lot of momentum on this. Concord's doing a great job at disrupting the flow, and right on cue, Tyler Morin does the same. Minute 12 left on the penalty to Rossetti as we get some fresh legs on for the Tide, and we got another whistle.
And Nolan Walsh got collided with there, and now it's going to be, I believe, number 11 and Chris Centurino heading to the box for the second time. Actually, it looks like it's going to be it's going to be Connor Hurley.
Yeah, it's Hurley. And boy, I tell you, Bells, that is a killer. when you've got the power play on, and then you level things up.
Yeah, obviously Connor Hurley is the captain of this team. Kind of not very captain-like there, I would say. Kind of getting that lazy penalty.
Well, you just want to get the puck whatever way you can, and can't go wrong with what you tried, but now we got a 4-on-4.
All right, we'll be skating fours for the next 57 seconds as the squeeze and freeze comes on for Carter Heiss. Bells, tell us about this. You player down for each squad. How does it change the ice dynamics? A little more spacing? Speed?
Yeah, obviously you kind of said it there, Rich. A lot more space in the ice. Obviously not 3-on-3, which 3-on-3 there's a lot more space.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot more space on the ice.
And, are there things you can do differently? Can you have a little bit more setup, a little bit more time?
Yeah, you can definitely look for the stretch pass more often to go across the ice.
Okay. All right, well, this is good to know. Obviously that favors a very fast team like Concord. But let's see what the Trinity Pioneers can do with their time. 34 seconds remaining on the 4-on-4. Nice job getting it back out to the bottom line. But waiting in the wings and waiting down below on the dasher board right there was Grifferer. And now the Tide has plenty of room and plenty of time. 18 seconds left on at the fours. And then Concord will have a resulting power play, albeit brief. Well, not that brief. It'll be
It'll still be 54 seconds.
54 seconds, right? My math was better when I was a bartender. Oh, boy, that one squirts loose, gets between the Blues. And for the moment, I thought Siskovic had an opportunity right there. Nothing doing. All right. Now in the PK mode for the Pioneers, and on to the power play go the Tide. 39 seconds left of it.
Now, Bells, we have seen Trinity score on a number of penalty kills this season, so this could be a big one here, but still Concord, who is 0 for 2 on the power play here. We'll see what the last 20 seconds can do.
Yeah, definitely. Trinity's penalty kill has really impressed me tonight.
Absolutely. And, Coach Connell said that we got to take care of that, but a couple other goals, inopportune timing, and then that's why we stand at 4-1 right now. 4 seconds, 3 ticking away on the power play as a good run there by Therian to try to disrupt the end of that play, and now we're back to all fives. 3:44 on the clock, so lots of work to do if you're wearing white right now. And against a disciplined team with a good goalie, that's very tough. And that one finds the Twine at 3:35.
The Twine being the net above the glass, though.
Yeah, wrong
Unfortunately,
Twine.
it's song Twine for the Pioneer fans. They would have really preferred the other one behind him down low on the ice level.
Well, Bells, we were talking about this. The road in front of the Pioneers coming up is difficult. I mean, they're at Keene,
Yeah, that's definitely a tough one to go on the road.
Hanover, Bedford, and then Pinkerton, and then back here for the Battle of the Barn against Manchester, who are an improved team this year as well.
Yeah, I think that Trinity definitely had, I don't want to sound like all cocky or anything, but I think they definitely had an easier schedule to start the season off. But yeah, this is going to be a tough stretch for them. It's going to really show what they're made of.
Yep. Well, sometimes these prove it or lose it stretches make you a great team. Oh, and that one hit the iron after it ricocheted off of Ronzi. 3:05, and that one was almost 5-1. All right, it exits the zone and into the neutral zone. The Tide looking pretty content, dropping. Bolio just dropped. Holy cow, what a hit. Mamos down to the ice. Backhanded diagonal pass, courtesy of O'Connor. Goes deep. Everybody gets a change, or some guys get a change up, particularly O'Connor.
Concord not pleased. That should have been an icing call, and the referees did not put their arms up in time.
They got dinner on the stove. All right, we're below 230. It's 225 as we have another freeze up, and back down the ice we go for another drop. And for their part, Crimson Tide, they play number 2 Pinkerton, just like same sequence. But then they play Rice Memorial from Vermont, perennial champs. Keene handed them their backsides the other night, like 4-1. That's a big win for New Hampshire hockey.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And then obviously after Rice Memorial, they're at BG, at the Skate 3.
Yep.
That's going to be another one I think that we all circle on our calendars to pay
Yeah, and
attention to.
the Legends playing a one-goal game after one-goal game, including the quadruple overtime marathon last year that broke hearts all over, made a bunch of other folks happy. I'm a BG parent, if you remember.
That's right.
Yep.
That's right.
Yep. Anyway, it was a great game, epic goaltending as well. All right, here we're below 2 minutes, 150 to be precise, 4-1. And Concord are looking to take care of business and go to 12-0 on the season in quest of defending their title. Bells, you and I talked about it. Hard to believe after the incredible 22-2 season they had last year in the title, the team might be better.
Yeah, I know. It just seems like they don't lose any seniors, and they just gain these freshmen that are just so talented.
Yeah, we used to call it when I was coaching lacrosse in Maryland and up here. I want those programs where you don't rebuild, you reload.
You
right?
reload, yep.
Yep.
Kind of reminds you of the BG lacrosse team in a way, huh, Rich?
It does. One talented young goalie with the last name McDonough played there for a few years. He's now at UVA. He's not playing at UVA, though. Wow, that was a whistling wrister off the stick of, was it Soroy over there? Number 9? Yeah. And Heiss, cool customer, got himself down to his butterfly. So, yeah, Mike McDonough's loving his time at UVA. It's a great school. I don't know if you've ever been down there.
No, I haven't.
Beautiful place. Almost as beautiful as St. Anselm. And fortunately, he got his mother's brain, so he has an excellent academic record. So
Nice. Good for him.
good for him. He's a good man. He's also doing Air Force ROTC, and we're lucky to have him. All right, we have another freeze up, and we're going to have another drop as we are now dropped below a minute, 55.4 to be precise. And going to the dot is Grafferer, lining it up against Therian right there. Great clog up in the corner where you have to do nothing but chuckle. And here comes down the ice. Oh, for the moment, Grafferer has something looking, and he's trying to set up shop. Backhands it over and able to get a stick on it briefly was Mamos. And nice rotation over from pipe to pipe by Ronzi to pick that one up. 35.1 on the clock.
I'm going to give that the same for the game right there, as that was a great job of really stoning him. I know it's game's out of reach at this point with 35 seconds to go, but still he was up to the task and made a great save.
Yep. And the aforementioned Kings, we'll see them in just an hour, I guess. We're going to take the hoof up to Hooksett and cover Londonderry hosting the Kings tonight. Should be fun to watch. Pretty evenly matched teams.
We haven't seen Manchester since the Brian C. Stone tournament, where they had a good run there before being defeated by Concord as well.
Well, I covered their game at Concord. It was a 2-0 win by Concord, but they were gritty and scrappy, and they were right in it until they weren't. And the team's got some character this year. We saw a good game for almost the entire 45 minutes here, Bells. But then Concord just flexed its muscle.
Yeah, that's what's going to happen, unfortunately, with the Concord Tide. It just, like we said, they reload every season. They're the best team in New Hampshire.
Right.
Well,
but Trinity belongs. I mean,
Yes,
this was a heck of an effort.
Yes, I think Trinity definitely showed the state today that they are a top 5 team in the division.
Not a fluke, and their character building. They've got the chemistry in the right direction. Yeah, disappointed. They just got edged out of the playoffs last year. Maybe they're carrying some of that forward, having only graduated one player. That can happen with it.
Yeah, I think definitely.
Kyle Heavey, thoughts?
Yeah, well, it's the second time that Trinity has gotten in one goal in these matchups, and both times being defeated by 3 goals, and that's a tough pill to swallow when you give up quick goals and then you have to play from behind in this game. And congratulations to the Tide on another victory, but we'll be back with more Pioneer hockey next week. We have a triple header next Wednesday, so we'll have the girls, Trinity, and Manchester boys all playing next Wednesday. So
Are we doing that?
if you are available, I will be here.
Let's see what we can do, man. It's always fun spending the entire afternoon. Well, guys, for Manchester Public Television, for my buddies, my colleagues, Kyle Heavey, for Executive Director back in the shop, Jason Cody, and my main man, Lebelzik, I'll tell you what, every time you're up here, we have a great goalie discussion, and Braden educates us through and through about hockey, whereas I can only dumb down and talk lacrosse. But it's been a lot of fun. Look forward to doing another one.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure. It's always a pleasure doing the broadcast with you guys.
All right, guys. Rich McDonough here for Manchester Public Television. Glad you were with us, and we will see you down the road, folks.